Hello, hello, hello. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the video of Ekali explaining aggressive expansion. So that's the most common questions you guys ask me have to do with aggressive expansion, how to get less of it, how to deal with it, how to deal with coalitions, how to prevent them from spawning, and how to prevent them from declaring. For those of you who have seen me play, I'm very aggressive and I never had to fight a coalition. For starters, I'm going to use Austria because it's a very common start. It's one of the most played nations in the game. One good thing Austria has going for them, Friedrich has the careful trait. Part 1, how to get less aggressive expansion. To prevent you from getting aggressive expansion, you need to stack this little modifier, the aggressive expansion impact. Let's start by doing some interesting things. So let's add papal influence. We are going to wait for the Pope to give us a cardinal, so that we can use the papal points that we have to gun for papacy. And for them to give us a cardinal, we kind of need a province to be very developed. That's why I added the points. Dude, just give me a goddamn cardinal. Oh, there you go. Vienna is now the seat of a new cardinal. Now that we have a cardinal, let me expend all of these points. For us to try to get papacy, we need to have invested points. That gives us a chance, and we need the Pope to die. There we go. We are now the papal controller. Why did I do this? Well, papacy gives you a 20% reduction, 20% aggressive expansion impact reduction. By the way, if you are not Catholic, you can still get reductions. I don't know your religion, but most of them have a way to do it. Grab the justified wars for 10% reduction as well in the Age of Discovery. Be very mindful of your CBs. This gives us 100% aggressive expansion, which is you'll get normal aggressive expansion for the restoration of union against Bohemia. But if you have something like Dio's Vault, you only get 75%. Those don't stack, those 75% don't stack with these, but they are calculated differently, which means you take 75% of the normal aggressive expansion, which means it cuts it back for 25%, and of those 75%, it's then reduced by your aggressive expansion impact. Okay, so it's still worth it to have both of them. As you can see now, we have 10% from the ruler, careful, 20% reduction as well from being the papal controller, and 10% from prestige. 100 prestige gives you 10%. 0.1% aggressive expansion impact per prestige. We can stack this a lot more. Let's go to Tech 5, shall we? We could get espionage for 20% reduction again. So here we go. We're at 60%, but we can get more. If before grabbing espionage, you take influence, you become eligible for a pulse event. There you go. This beautiful pulse event, our cause is just, gives you 20% reduction. At this point, you can be at 80%. But there's more. This can get pretty dumb, okay? This can get pretty dumb pretty fast. If you have enough splendor, you can grab Justified Wars, which gives you 10% reduction. Now, if you time it correctly, you can grab the Justified Wars, then grab Influence Ideas, wait for the Our Cause is Just event, just check how to go for pulse events. There's a pulse event checker online, just search for it, Google it. After you get the pulse event, Our Cause is Just, you will get rid of this and pick espionage and take the first 2 ideas. This should be done after you get papacy as well. So if you're willing to bird, you can get to this point pretty reliably. This is the cap. You can still do more, but the game will cap at 90%. You will never get a better reduction than this. Aside, as I've said before, from the CBs. At this point, you're getting, if you declare a war with something that reduces aggressive expansion, like if someone is excommunicated, you can just go to war and get like a fraction of the aggressive expansion, and then only take 10% of that fraction. If you're willing to stack these and willing to, you know, just save scum a little bit, you can reliably get the papacy. Justified Wars, this is pretty easy, just give it time. While you still have Friedrich, and you can use a pulse event checker online, just Google it, to get the pulse event from influence, get rid of influence, get espionage, and from like 1448, 1449 maybe, have the minus 90%, it is pretty juicy. If I go to war, I just viewed Bohemia. Can I do the same to Poland? I know I can, because I have yes men. Union with Poland. At this point, Bohemia and Poland this early in the game, we should have a lot of... This aggressive expansion is almost exclusively from Bohemia. Now, let's declare on Hungary. Let's get another PU, shall we? We are now the Austrian Empire. As you can see, we should have a lot more aggressive expansion than we do. So you know what? Let's kill the Emperor. They broke off. You know what? Let's kill the Pope as well. And we're not the controller anymore. I don't like espionage anymore. Get rid of that. There you go. So our aggressive expansion impact now is just minus 40, which is, you know what? Let's, can I lower you? Yeah, again. There you go. So our aggressive expansion impact now went down to minus 30, which is a very reasonable number to have it all the time. So let's truce break with Hungary. Now, we're getting to the phase 2 of our guide, which is avoiding coalitions, not by taking less aggressive expansion, but by managing. And by managing, I mean micromanaging. This is why we don't play at speed 5, guys. So, if I declare this, Bohemia and Poland will join a coalition against me, and since I have no allies, I don't want that. We can either... There's a good solution to that. We can get strong allies, you know, like, yes, I know. I know this shouldn't be done, but it is, okay? Let me get a few allies. Now, yes, I will accept. Now, you know what? I can't ally you because I'm fighting against... Are you fighting in that war? No, so you can come here as well. Now, we are allied to Aragon, Castile, Portugal, and France. And that means, even if Bohemia and Poland form a coalition against us, even with Venice helping, it would be very, very difficult for them to declare, especially if you manage things correctly. You need to make yourself scary, pretty much. So you get, now that we're getting a little bit chunkier when it comes to our army, let me see if they declare on me. I don't think they will, because, yeah, because of this. Oh, we have a regency. Damn, imagine having a regency council. So, our truces are over with Hungary, Poland. We still have our restoration of union. I'm gonna declare, I just want the union with them. And now it tells me that I get a coalition. This coalition brings in Hungary. Hungary will not count, okay? Hungary doesn't count. They're at war with you. You're gonna have a peace with them. Besides, they're gonna be your vassal, so they can't join. Which means you still have 3 dangerous countries in the coalition. Those are Bohemia, Poland, and Venice. Now, this is more like a willingness to accept risk on your end, but I would take Hungary as a PU at this moment. Okay? This is just an example, but for what you gain with Hungary, the amount of dev I just gained is, yeah, it's way too big for me to not take it. But let's not stop there. Before they join the coalition, oh, I still have a truce with you, but I don't have with you, right? Yeah, there you go. Now let's do the same with Poland before people join the coalition. Union with Poland, and a lot of people are gonna join. Now, I know the list seems kind of scary, but you have to ignore most of the countries in this list. The only countries that count are militarily strong countries. There's Bohemia, there's Lithuania, there's Venice, there's Denmark, which is not... They're not dangerous by themselves, but they are willing to declare on you. Those 4, and Burgundy. Now, if I didn't have Burgundy there, I would immediately do this. Because I don't think Lithuania, Bohemia, and Venice are gonna decide to attack me with Denmark. I just don't believe so. Especially because I will have Hungary and Poland on my side, which is gonna make me a lot stronger and a lot scarier for them. Besides, I still have all my alliances. I have this network. I don't like having these guys there, which means, and they will ally me, but I need to ally them before they join the coalition. Now, I cannot prevent them from joining the coalition, and I can't ally them before I end the war. So we're gonna improve. And this is what I meant with the micromanagement that you have to do. You need to improve with the important countries. They will get a lot of aggressive expansion impact from this. They will get, well, 20 from this peace deal, which means pretty much if you improve the relations, you won't have an issue. By the way, they can only join if they have at least 50 a negative opinion from aggressive expansion. And what you can do is you improve with them to a point where those 56 won't matter. For that, you should be looking to stack improve relations modifier. 25% here. You can get this from the Pope, and you can do something that I really don't condone, but whatever. A merchant here in one of the trade nodes that Burgundy is part of, and click this button. This button, establish community, is gonna affect everyone that's part of that trade node, and will give you with them 15% improve relations. By the way, you won't be in this situation this early in the game, probably. You might if you're like me. By the way, dip rep doesn't matter at all when it comes to aggressive expansion. But it might help you doing some other things like getting a royal marriage. You can get people to you can marry your rivals if your dip rep is high enough. So I would also recommend taking the papal legate whenever you can, because it will make you a lot stronger diplomatically, even if it doesn't improve your relations. Improve relations. By the way, number of royal marriages gives you 1% each. If anybody has their opinion of you at plus 50, they will not join the coalition after you ease out. This time, since I married Burgundy, which you can reliably do, you can just go ahead, peace out Poland, and pretend that nothing happened here. Burgundy is no longer gonna join, as you can see. And they couldn't. They have a royal marriage with you. They will not declare on you. We gonna get Poland, and even though the coalition will form, and it's gonna be a huge coalition, it will not declare. Because now we have Poland and Hungary. You can join the coalition all you want. By the way, keep improving. Use your diplomats. Improve with outrage if you need to. The Pope likes me though. In this situation, losing dip or being at 0 because of your relations is no problem. No coalition will declare on you because you have strong as fuck alliances. And right now, I would go so far as to say that this does not matter at all. You can keep expanding unless the Ottomans join. I'm okay with everyone here. They won't declare with this. They will never declare with this. It looks like a problem. This coalition is nothing. Let me dissolve with France. Because I'm pretty sure even without France allied to me, they will not declare. I'm still gonna go ahead in time for the game to prove me wrong. At this point, you need to be mindful of one thing. Your allies at war. Castile is at war with Granada and Tunis. They won't be dishonoring a call to arms. This kind of balancing is probably what separates the good players from the great players. You need to understand, the coalition existing is not a problem. If I go for my claim, I still have a restoration of union on Bohemia, and they're not part of the coalition yet, because we have truces with them until January. If I declare on the 1st of January for the restoration of union on Bohemia, I will take Milan out of the coalition, and I will have another powerful vassal. My diplomacy is gonna get stronger, my defensive position is gonna get stronger, and I will take Milan out of the war. This is how you balance. Because I could just stop now and be too afraid. There's a huge coalition. France is the next one joining. I could be too afraid to declare on Bohemia, but if I don't declare, they will join the coalition. And if Bohemia joins the coalition, 134 aggressive expansion takes a long time to take down. I know you guys are used to seeing me in very difficult situations, apparently, and I'm always saying, it's okay, it's okay, it's okay, and you never understand why. Well, this is why. What happens when you play like this is the only thing you can do and the only thing you should do is outgrow the coalition. Because the coalition will go away if you're too powerful. Too long didn't watch of this video. Stack aggressive expansion reduction early on in the game. That's the only time when aggressive expansion matters. Check your religion, check your monuments. There's a lot of ways to get it. Your ruler, if he's careful, that's amazing. Try to get papal controller. Look for the pulse event for influence. Take espionage, which I don't really like. You can go to -90, pretty reliable if you don't mind saves coming. But aside from doing that in the beginning, espionage is very lackluster. And I would even say that getting aggressive expansion reduction is not that important unless it's freely available to you. If you're a candidate for the papacy, you just invest a few points, then you let it be, and all of a sudden, oh, you're the papal controller, great. In here, you should take this first idea always, because the justified wars, it's the best one of them. And you can expand a little bit faster. Those are things that you get pretty much for free, just like the 10% from prestige. So 10% from prestige, the 10% from here, those 20% are given to you. The papacy, if you're someone like Austria, for someone like Portugal, for someone like Castile, you can easily get the papacy. Keep going for it. You can probably get those 20 for free as well. That would be minus 40%. That's already very strong. And you don't have to give anything up for it. You can probably get the Influence Pulse event, because Influence is very strong. It's a very good idea group. I would go Diplo first, but as Austria, you can go Influence. And that would give you like minus 60% without doing anything. Actually, minus 70, because you know, Friedrich. You don't need to do that if you know how to deal with aggressive expansion later, like I showed you. If I declare on you, this would not be a good idea, because this brings in England and France. When truce expires, you declare on the same day. Even if you're on the other side of the world, it's better for you to finish one more and then go back than it is for a coalition to become too strong. That's why I don't really use aggressive expansion reductions outside of easy things to get. You just need to improve with dangerous countries. You can just spy on France. They're your rival, so improved relations is not going to do anything. But the bigger your spy network is on France, the less aggressive expansion they get from your expansion. What if the coalition declares? We can check that as well. If you are actually in the coalition war, as you know, you can't separate peace members of the coalition. So if you go here, as you can see, this cross over the dove means you can't piece them out separately. You got to this point, and now you're fucked. There is one way, well, there's a few ways to deal with this. Don't play on speed 5, please, guys. Don't do it. You micromanage your armies to try and kill the small stacks. It will come to a point where the coalition starts realizing, wait a second, we no longer have more troops than them. You can just siege down the leader's capital and wait, because they will get a lot of war exhaustion and will lose a lot of enthusiasm. Or you can do something, tribute, cancel subjects. And this is why you may want to take small subjects, or if they declare on you and like Castile answers the call to arms, you just go to release nations, and instead of releasing yours, release theirs. It won't give your allies a negative opinion of you, but it will take care of the coalition. That's it. Reduce the AE you take, micromanage the hell out of the dangerous countries. If it comes to that, just give away subjects or your allies' land. That's preferable, actually. And if you're playing in Asia, just get a bunch of tributaries and then give them away, because tributaries don't matter anyway. So you can just give them away and the coalition will leave you alone. And that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. If you enjoyed the content, make sure to subscribe. I will be doing more guides and actual shenanigans in game and putting them here on YouTube. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.